We are less than 24 hours until the Toledo Rockets tip off their first NCAA tournament game in 16 years. BCSN's Ashley Karstens is in Corvallis, Oregon with UT.
After being confined to the hotel since arriving in Corvallis, the Rockets have finally stepped foot into Gill Coliseum and have taken their first look at the court they will play on tomorrow.
Yes, it's been 16 years since we made the NCAA tournament, but it's been even longer since we've advanced to the second round. And I don't want them to just be satisfied to be here. I want them to be hungry to give it their best shot.
They do a lot of the same things that a few teams in the MAC do, so I think we'll be prepared defensively for it and just being sure we take away their best players. I'm just ready for tomorrow to get here so we can play.
This team has faced a lot of great teams this year. You know, they played against Notre Dame, they played against UCLA, they went to Dayton, which is a very strong team, and won on the road. And then to win as many games as we had to in a row to win our conference title. You know, they've been tested, and the one thing I've been very proud about through the season of them is that they've rose to the occasion every time.
The Rockets will arrive back at Gill Coliseum tomorrow morning for a shoot-around and then take some more time to do a little scouting before the big game. Then, of course, tip-off against Creighton is at 7:30 tomorrow night. From Corvallis, I'm Ashley Karsten for BCSN.
Thanks, Ashley. It's not raining. That's always good. Sunshine was out. Yeah. Coach Cullip and Creighton head coach Jim Flannery, more than just opposing coaches, the two have been friends since the early 2000s while Cullip coached at Evansville. Back then, Evansville and Creighton were part of the Missouri Valley Conference. Cullip 3-12 in those matchups. But despite that number, the two have continued to stay in touch ever since.
It's a little bit bittersweet because, you know, had we not been paired against each other, we'd be cheering for each other because we do care a lot about how each other do in our careers, and we do follow each other. When Creighton's on television, through the years, I've stopped the TV and watched for a while because I do want him to do well and succeed.
I tell you what, you can tell a lot about somebody when you go through the handshake line and they treat you the same whether you win or lose, and that's what was really apparent to me about Tricia. And
when it comes down to it, we're both going to compete. Doesn't mean we don't respect each other, but we're going to give each other everything we can, and we have through the years when we faced each other. That's why I think you learn a lot about people when you got to go through the good and the bad. When you can still respect each other after wins and losses, that's when you know that you have that ultimate respect, and that's what I have for Jim.
You know, she's had other opportunities to leave Toledo, and she hasn't, and that's a reflection probably of Toledo's administration, but it's also a reflection of what she's done to make that program a place that she's wanted to stay.
Yeah, great to have that inter-squad rivalry. The basketball team is not the only squad making the 4.5-hour trip. The cheerleaders will also be in Oregon for the NCAA tournament as well. 12 out of the 34 members will cheer on the women. 2 from Toledo area, St. John's alum Andrew Lewis and Chris D. from St. Francis. Former rivals now on the same team. The two didn't actually meet until joining the cheer squad at UT. They now look forward to cheering on a national stage in the NCAA tournament.
All 4 of my years, I never got to really travel, and this year is one of those years that I got to travel a lot. And this year is going to be probably the best year ever.
This is my first time being on the varsity team, or as we call it, the blue team. I've been able to travel the team 3 times now. Luckily, last week I was able to go to the MAC championship.
Now, you guys didn't know each other in high school, but you know each other now. When you first kind of heard that he was from St. John's, was there any sort of grudge?
Oh, there's always some sort of tension between St. Francis and St. John's. No matter if you meet them from out of state or anything like that, there's definitely always going to be a tension between the schools.
It wasn't so much of a tension or anything like that, except that I wanted to be better than him type of thing, except he's older than me, so I still got to work my way there and everything.
We're definitely better friends than we were earlier when we first met. So
we're like brothers. It's like we went to the same high school. I called Chris, like, I love him, basically. He's awesome.
Who's stronger out of you two?
Sorry, Andrew, but I'm definitely a lot stronger than you.
Chris is stronger, definitely.
So if there was a challenge to hold up a cheerleader the longest, who would win out of you two?
Without a doubt, me.
Me. He started out pretty small when he first came to college.
Who has better spirit fingers?
Me.
Can you show me?
No.
Definitely Andrew. Andrew definitely has those spirit fingers going. I mean, oh my gosh.
Well, the game is right around the corner. NCAA first round action. Creighton taking on Toledo Friday at 7:30 on ESPN2. As you see it right there, the last time we saw these girls on the court, they were taking home a MAC championship. They now look to go on and get themselves pushing to the second round of the tournament.